don't know what's in the vehicle. They have to take the vehicle and inventory and see what's in it. But as of right now, I don't know what was in the vehicle with it. Yeah.
Charles Francis, thank you for your time.
All right, Kiki, Bill Walsh had a good suggestion. He wants to know about damage to the bridge where the gentleman apparently tried to ram his SUV over the bridge. Can you ask Mr. Francis about potential damage to the bridge? Kiki? Well,
Hold on, just.
We've lost Kiki. Kiki, you there? Well, we lost Kiki. She was at the Charleston side, foot of the Arthur Ravenel. Folks, for those of you who are just joining us, let's go back to Raphael James for his perspective. Raphael?
Well, Bill, what a couple of days, and what a day with all of the traffic, and it's still, the reverberations from this will be felt well into the night, just as we did yesterday with all of the different routes that people had to take. We saw a truck, some kind of a box vehicle, come down off of the bridge just a few seconds ago, so I don't know what to make of that, but at least some of the vehicles that were on there are maybe trying to come off at this point. As you talked about all of the traffic, there we can see 526 bridge from here. Things are moving. You can see them. They're moving on 526, but lots of people over there on the Don Holt trying to get home tonight. Another interesting thing I want to bring to your attention is there's a large cruise ship docked here. It's the Oceanus, one of the larger cruise ships, and they're getting ready to set sail on a transatlantic voyage. They leave at 7:30. Here's the interesting thing, though. Those people who may have gotten off of the ship or been waiting to board and maybe went into town or went over to Mount Pleasant, God forbid, they may not make embarkment here because that ship takes off at 7:30. If things remain the way they are here now, there's a very real possibility that they may miss that transatlantic voyage. Back to you.
All right, Raphael, thank you. Debbie,
so many repercussions as a result
Of one man's actions this afternoon, and we heard from a young woman who said there were 30 of them on the bridge who couldn't get off the bridge, a number of people who were disrupted on their way home this afternoon, and people still sitting in traffic.
Aisha, you know who I feel for. Poor Amy, who's been calling us, who's been stuck on the bridge now for probably close to 2.5, 3 hours.
Exactly, and then Raphael was talking about yesterday's incident where so many people were stuck in that traffic, and you were speaking, Debbie, earlier about all the people you have to think of that were getting off work, people that had to go pick up their kids. Children. One of those people being myself, and the kids they were at the daycare for quite some time waiting for mommy to come pick them up, but it affects everybody. It affects a whole lot of people. Now I want to go to our Facebook fan page. We've had so many people have comments about what's going on. I know Anna wrote in and posted. She said, "I feel so bad for people who decide to do that. They must be in pain or suffering with something in their family. It's so sad."
Bill,
so that's what she had to say.
That's what she said, Bill.
We just got some new information. The ship will not sail until everybody's aboard. They are just going to hold at the port until everybody is accounted for before they set sail on the ship. We just swung the camera around here a little bit just to show you there's nothing coming or going on either side of that bridge right now. It's going to take a little time. It should interesting to note that a scene like this, and there's the ship right there. So they're going to hold fast. They're going to wait for all the passengers to be accounted for before they set sail. What Charles said was very interesting and it's very typical of this type of scene. They have to inventory that car. They don't know if they're you just don't know what's in there. Right. So they're going to have to do that before they even touch or move it. So they're going to have to go through there to make sure there's no explosives, there's no other weapons, there's no ammunition, anything that could be harmful to the people moving that car. So that's going to be up there for a little while.
It's interesting that Charles Francis said he's not a suspect. Remember when he's not a suspect. He's not a suspect.
Obviously a man in pain.
Yes,
he is.
Obviously,
and he was a man who caused this all by himself. And what a massive disruption in traffic that
I will bet you they'll open at least one side. Well, again, they have to wait till they inventory the car because obviously if there's an explosive or something like that, they cannot let it. And that's why they brought those other cars off of them.
Bill, we are hearing that the southbound lanes will be opening in the next 10 minutes. That's a relief.
That's into Charleston from Mount Pleasant.
Right, and then the northbound lanes within the next hour. And as you said, Bill, because they have to process the scene, that's why that's going to take a little longer. But that's good news that the southbound lanes in the next 10 minutes will be open. opening.
Once again, folks, if you're just joining us, the situation is over on the Arthur Ravenel Bridge. A man in an SUV was threatening to harm himself, according to police, and he kept driving his SUV back and forth. Police didn't know what he had in the vehicle. They closed down both sides of the Arthur Ravenel. They're about to open those lanes again. But you know, Debbie, I've got to commend not only the City of Charleston Police, but also Mount Pleasant Police. Nobody was hurt. All the cars were taken down. It did cause a massive traffic disruption, but nobody was hurt, thank goodness.
And we heard from people who were on the bridge when he first started this, and they said they saw him trying to move sideways back and forth and saw the signs painted on his windows, game over, happy now, and stay away. And I think that was the one that they were very concerned about. When they see stay away, obviously someone is going to call authorities.
No question about that. Once again, we're looking at live pictures of the Arthur Ravenel, folks, in case you're joining us and wondering what the heck is going on. This bridge has been closed down now for 2.5 to 3 hours because there was concern a man in an SUV was a potential threat. It turned out he was only a threat to himself. It appears at this point he tried to run his SUV, it appeared, off the side of the bridge. He wasn't successful. He's now in custody and will be taken, we suppose, to a hospital for examination.
We're going to take a break right now and return with team coverage.